from New York. It's the show that did not return their sweater.
Well,
I didn't do it.
wow. Controversy about the first things
return
first world.
exchange, two completely different
I mean, I'm not killing Brew, but he did keep the $13 rebate.
Did he really?
That went to him.
Yeah,
not
she
me.
gave me a little gift.
That went to him.
$13 bucks.
Yeah,
13
I don't know what I get at Nordstrom. But $13.
Today, we get another piece of the Chiefs' schedule puzzle. First, the Ravens, week 2, the Bengals. But is there a chance this is actually a disaster for Kansas City?
Cakewalk to start the year.
Meanwhile, Dak opens up with Myles Garrett and the Browns. Brady on the call on Fox. How much pressure is Dak under to deliver this year? And finally, it's the most cheerful segment in all of sports. A fresh episode of King of the Hill. And I think Hubs doesn't... Oh, no, there's Anthony Edwards. I thought it was just Joker. Because sometimes he
It's
gives it
SGA.
away.
No.
Oh, yeah, no,
Sometimes he
it's
gives
wide
it.
open.
Just saying.
One of these 4. Look at Brunson out there.
Brunson, it was scored in the teens the other day. I
Well,
don't think.
the King of the Hill's bias.
Who's going to introduce us?
Chris Broussard, I'm Kevin Wiles. Nick, any surprises in King of the Hill?
Well, Brunson.
People-
Quite a few. 6 new people to King of the Hill.
Oh.
Which means 6 people fell off the hill.
Oh, wow.
Slid down into the valley, I should say.
The Valley, yes.
The music. Can we keep this music?
I do like
does.
it. It is quite peaceful.
Cheer me up a little bit. Celtics pulled out the win over a Cavs team that didn't have Donovan Mitchell, but did have LeBron James. He's a former Cavalier. Used to play for the Cavs.
Yeah, 2 times.
Twice, that's right. Brian Windhorst reporting that several NBA executives texted him his own meme. Why
What is
would
going on?
LeBron do that? That was supposed to be a cut of me.
Yeah, there it is.
Why did we cut to Nick just sitting there? Now, Brew, why did LeBron do that?
First of all, love the hat by Savannah.
I was thinking the same
Now,
thing.
don't get us any, but it looks great on her. It looks great on her. Yeah.
I love it, Nick.
Look, this is nothing. People don't believe. I talked to Rich Paul a few hours ago. All right. They all are obviously from Northeast Ohio. Rich, Savannah, LeBron. They're there for Mother's Day. They wanted to go to the game. There are several players in the game that were at LeBron's camps as they're coming up as younger players. Darius Garland is represented by Clutch. So they were just there enjoying the game. In fact, this is the proof that it's no, this is the proof that it's nothing.
Proof?
And Windhorst did say it too, but I got it from Rich. Rich called the Lakers
To let them know.
to tell them we will be at the Cavs game.
Professional
Don't be alarmed, because if they didn't tell them, then everybody's like, oh my gosh. Everybody's like that anyway. I think that it's honestly, I feel like it was innocent.
Oh.
Everybody thinks LeBron. I talked to Rich about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
LeBron certainly would love to play with Bronny. But it's not like they're tied to each other.
Of course.
So don't look for LeBron to go sign a minimum deal somewhere to play with Bronny.
Sure.
All right. I thought, I asked Rich about it because I thought, well, maybe with the Cavs could draft him, but they only have a first-round pick. That's unlikely.
You can probably acquire a second if you
if
wanted
they want
to.
and they draft him, but I think
I-
that's unlikely. But no, I think this is just LeBron. I honestly think it's innocent. He's enjoying a game in his hometown.
Okay.
I can't believe that take.
That is not my take. And now I will say my take is not informed by talking to Rich. And I say this, if Rich is watching, I hope he takes this in the nature that I mean it. There are certain things I don't want to talk to Rich about before I go on the air, because I know, like, Rich is a great agent and a great advocate, and I almost feel like I'm better giving my opinion on this topic. You know what I mean? I'm glad one of us did, one of us didn't. Because do I think LeBron James is going to sign with the Cavs this offseason? I don't. Do I think it is on the board of possibilities? I do. Do I think LeBron is going to use his potential free agency, as is his right, to exert whatever leverage he can on the Lakers, prioritizing the next couple years over the next 6 or 7 years, which, by the way, you can make an argument for, if you're running the Lakers, for either one, that, right now, should we go for it because we potentially have an aging LeBron? You don't know about AD's long-term health, or should we think more long-term?
I think they should go for it.
I do too, but I think my point is the Lakers It wouldn't necessarily be a dereliction of duty if they said, we don't want to trade any more picks. We want to, you know what I mean, be less aggressive than we've been in the past. It would, though, be bad for the oldest player in the league, who is LeBron James. And he
quickly on that, too, the other thing, Nick, they tried that rebuild. Yeah. And had good draft picks, and it didn't work.
And it did not work until they got
you know what I mean? So even if you don't get a championship and you go for it, you're fine.
I agree with that. But I think that LeBron is nonplussed watching the playoffs and saying, oh, the Knicks, they added OG Anunoby at the deadline, and it changed their team. The Mavs, who I understand, we'll talk about them in a moment. I understand they blew the game last night, but they added 2 guys for very, very little. P.J. Washington, who's been awesome, and Daniel Gafford, who's changed their defense. Could the 47-win Lakers have been the 50-win Lakers if they had made a couple moves and they were on the same path the Mavs are on right now? Maybe. So I think that part is likely frustrating to LeBron and knows, okay, it is in my interest for the Lakers to at least be a little nervous about me leaving. Yeah, because the Clippers...
don't call them and tell them.
Oh, because I think that's professional courtesy.
Make him even more nervous.
But, look, it's not insulting. It's not rude. It's not wrong for LeBron just to go to a game.
Right, but the problem is the history of it. But remember, we all know the last time.
It's not like the Lakers could be like, how in the world could he do that?
I get that. I get it, but Wilds, we all know the last time LeBron showed up at a Cavs game when he wasn't a member of the team was the Big Z jersey retirement, his final year in Miami, and then he did end up signing with the Cavs.
And the Lakers, too, he did. He went, was it a summer league game? He went to the Lakers when he was still with the Cavs?
Right.
Kyrie went to Staples or Crypto, which is kind of like, well,
yes.
I just love basketball.
By the way, before you go, Wilds, I encourage LeBron James, by the way, buddy, don't have this be your last game.
That's what I was going to say.
Stop by Dallas. See how Kyrie's doing.
Go over to
Stop by the Mecca. See how they're doing.
Oh, that's just Rich and Leon Rose just patching things up.
It'll be exactly right.
I was in New York for a Nike commercial. I swang by the Garden. I wanted to see Reggie if he was on the call, see what he had to say.
He loves basketball. And he just go watch the game. I mean... LeBron can't just have a fun life and I got all this money, let me go see these games.
I don't look at this as a bad thing.
Great.
I think that here's in the defense of if it is a bit of a leverage push. I think the Lakers have taken LeBron re-signing for granted. The Clippers were more worried about losing Kawhi, than it seems like the Lakers have been about losing LeBron. Any guy, even if, no matter what you think LeBron James is, everyone in the world agrees he's still one of the 20 best players alive. Sure. Anytime one of those guys can leave your franchise and you get nothing in return, it's usually a 5-alarm fire. The Lakers have not operated like that because I think they have taken for granted his family's here, his wife likes it, his businesses are here, his kid's going to be a senior in high school, the younger kid, Bryce, so he's going to stay. And I think he might feel a little taken for granted. And so occasionally reminding, people how sought after, how excited people are to see you, get a standing ovation from that Cleveland crowd.
You can have a more delicious take when you don't talk to the people.
Okay,
I mean, really. Like, if I hadn't talked to Rich, maybe I'd have a sexy take like that. Oh, LeBron. Third time is a charm in Cleveland.
I like this.
But
they would be really good in the East.
Okay, now he's back.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't think it's gonna happen. But I'm just saying, if LeBron was like, man, I'm getting me another ring.
Yes.
Philly is obviously here, but Cleveland
and
the East is much weaker than the West.
And there is a storybook aspect to it. You wouldn't look like a mercenary because it's your hometown. There's a lot of things. And I will say this again. I know Rich. I vaguely work with Rich. I have massive respect for him. I also think that and I do not think this is the case at all, if LeBron was definitely signing with the Cavs, he had decided it. I think he's saying the exact same things he's saying right now.
That's true.
So I think you got to kind of read.
It'd be nice.
It would be great for the NBA.
I'd even like it if they got Bronny. Even if LeBron didn't go there, just Bronny.
Oh, that would be cool too. I like that too.
Okay. All right, let's head to